Most people think cabbage is one of the safest, healthiest foods on the planet. But here's the shocker eaten the wrong way. It can quietly cause bloating, fatigue, and even affect thyroid balance, especially in adults over 50. See, what feels light and detoxing to younger people can strain older digestion, slow metabolism, and even block key nutrients when combined with the wrong foods. According to the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health, cruciferous vegetables like cabbage have powerful benefits, but only when prepared correctly. In this video, you'll discover 5 dangerous mistakes people over 50 make when eating cabbage, and how to enjoy every crunchy bite safely and wisely. Stay until the end because mistake 1 shocks almost everyone over 60. Comment yes if you want more videos like this. 5. Eating too much raw cabbage. Many people believe that the more raw cabbage they eat, the healthier they'll become. It feels light, refreshing, and packed with fiber, a simple way to detox and stay lean. But for adults over 50, this habit can quietly backfire. As the body ages, stomach acid naturally decreases and digestive enzymes slow down. That crisp bowl of raw cabbage, which younger people handle easily, suddenly becomes a challenge for the senior gut. Instead of breaking down smoothly, those tough fibers sit longer in the stomach. They begin to ferment, creating gas, bloating, and even discomfort that lingers for hours. Many older adults mistake this for just part of getting older, when in truth, it's the cabbage working a little too hard against a slower digestion. According to researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health, raw cabbage contains a natural sugar called raffinose, a compound that's nearly impossible for the human body to digest without enough enzymes. Younger adults often produce more of these enzymes, but after 60, that process slows dramatically. So while cabbage is still full of wonderful nutrients, eating it raw in large amounts can leave you feeling sluggish instead of refreshed. Take Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher who loved her daily coleslaw. Every afternoon, she'd shred fresh cabbage, drizzle it with vinegar, and enjoy it proudly. But soon, she began feeling heavy after meals, constant bloating, tightness in her stomach, even a dull fatigue in the evenings. Nothing serious, but enough to make her uneasy. When she finally tried steaming her cabbage for just a few minutes instead, the change was instant. Her meals still tasted delicious, but her stomach felt calm again. That's because a bit of gentle heat can make a big difference. Steaming, sautéing, or lightly stir-frying cabbage softens the fiber, breaks down raffinose, and helps the body absorb vitamins like K and C more effectively. And if you enjoy a tangy flavor, fermented cabbage such as sauerkraut or kimchi is even better. Fermentation naturally pre-digests the fiber and fills your gut with friendly bacteria that support digestion and immunity. Here's the bottom line. Raw cabbage isn't the enemy, but after 50, your body needs food that supports your energy, not fights it. A little steam, a gentle cook, or a spoonful of fermented cabbage can turn this humble vegetable into one of your greatest allies for long-term gut health, because your digestion deserves comfort, not struggle. 4. Ignoring the goitrogen effect. Many people are surprised to learn that cabbage, as healthy as it is, can quietly interfere with the thyroid when eaten the wrong way. This is because cabbage belongs to the cruciferous family, a group of vegetables that naturally contain compounds called goitrogens. In moderate amounts, they're harmless, but when eaten raw or in excess, they can block your body's ability to absorb iodine, a mineral your thyroid needs to function properly. Now, here's why this matters more after 50. The thyroid gland acts like your internal engine, controlling metabolism, energy, and even mood. As we age, that engine already slows down, and if we unknowingly add too many goitrogenic foods, the slowdown can feel even stronger. You might notice fatigue, unexplained weight gain, or a mild brain fog, and not realize your diet could be playing a role. According to the Cleveland Clinic, Cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, broccoli, and kale can reduce iodine uptake when eaten raw in large amounts, especially for those already low in iodine or taking thyroid medication. But don't worry, the solution is incredibly simple. Just a little cooking makes a big difference. Lightly steaming or sautéing cabbage for even 5 minutes destroys most goitrogenic compounds while keeping its powerful nutrients intact. Let's look at a real example. Robert, a 63-year-old retired engineer, prided himself on eating clean. Every morning, he made a green smoothie with raw cabbage, spinach, and kale, but over time, he began to feel constantly tired and sluggish. His doctor found his thyroid levels slightly low, nothing dangerous, but enough to explain his symptoms. Once Robert started steaming his greens instead of blending them raw, his energy slowly returned, and that heavy morning fatigue faded. Here's the takeaway. Cabbage is still one of the healthiest vegetables on earth. It's not the villain, but your thyroid needs care, especially after 50. By simply cooking cabbage lightly, you preserve all the goodness while removing the compounds that make your metabolism work harder. So the goal isn't to give up cabbage, it's to outsmart it. A warm plate of sautéed cabbage can still boost your nutrition without slowing you down. 3. Adding the wrong dressings or salts. Here's a mistake that ruins the good intentions of so many healthy eaters, not the cabbage itself, but what's poured on top of it. That innocent-looking spoonful of creamy dressing or tangy sauce can quietly turn a nutritious cabbage dish into a salty, sugary trap. Many people love the classic coleslaw flavor, rich, creamy, and slightly sweet, but most store-bought dressings are loaded with sodium, processed oils, and hidden sugars. For adults over 50, those extras can quietly strain the heart, kidneys, and blood vessels without any obvious warning signs. Here's why that matters. As we age, our kidneys don't filter sodium as efficiently as they once did. Too much salt causes the body to retain fluid, which can raise blood pressure and make circulation sluggish. At the same time, sugary dressings lead to quick spikes and crashes in blood sugar, leaving you feeling tired and thirsty instead of refreshed. So even though cabbage itself is heart-healthy and fiber-rich, the wrong toppings can erase those benefits in one meal. According to the American Heart Association, more than 70% of the sodium we consume doesn't come from the salt shaker, it comes from processed sauces and dressings. That's why even a light coleslaw from the store can pack more sodium than a full meal should have. Now, let's look at a real example. Elaine, a 72-year-old from Florida, loved making creamy cabbage salad every weekend. She used a popular store-bought coleslaw mix because it was quick and tasty. But after a routine checkup, her doctor noticed her blood pressure had crept higher. Instead of giving up her favorite dish, Elaine decided to make her own version using olive oil, lemon juice, a bit of honey, and Greek yogurt. Not only did her blood pressure start to stabilize, but she said her salad tasted fresher and lighter than ever. Here's the simple fix. If you love coleslaw, keep it, just make it cleaner. Use olive oil or avocado oil as your base. Add lemon juice, vinegar, or even a spoon of mustard for zing. Sweeten it gently with a touch of apple or carrot instead of sugar. And when using salt, go for a small pinch of sea salt or pink salt, nothing more. To boost flavor, rely on herbs like dill, parsley, or black pepper instead of reaching for more sodium. Here's the bottom line. Cabbage supports heart health, lowers inflammation, and balances digestion. But what you mix it with decides whether it's healing or harmful. When you choose clean, natural dressings, your cabbage becomes not just a salad, but a true ally for your heart, energy, and long-term vitality. 2. Storing or reheating cabbage incorrectly. Cabbage might look sturdy, but it's surprisingly delicate once it's been cut or cooked. Many people, especially adults over 50, assume it can stay fresh in the fridge for a week or be reheated as often as needed. Yet this simple mistake can quietly drain its nutrients and even upset digestion. Here's why. Cabbage is rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate, but these nutrients are sensitive to light, air, and heat. According to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, once cabbage is chopped, and exposed to air, it can lose up to half of its vitamin C within just a few days. And when reheated several times, those vitamins decline even faster, while sulfur compounds the same ones that give cabbage its smell start, breaking down into harsh-tasting byproducts that can cause gas and bloating. For older adults, that matters more than you might think. With age, digestion slows, stomach acid weakens, and the gut becomes more sensitive to food that's slightly spoiled or overcooked. So what might seem like a mild stomach heaviness could actually be your body reacting to cabbage that's lost its freshness. Let's look at a real example. John, a 71-year-old retired mechanic, loved making big batches of cabbage soup every Sunday. He'd refrigerate it in one pot and reheat it throughout the week. By Thursday, the soup smelled stronger and tasted bitter, but he ate it anyway to avoid waste. When his daughter suggested dividing it into smaller containers and reheating only what he needed, everything changed. The flavor stayed mild. His stomach felt calmer, and he even noticed he slept better after meals. The right method is simple. Keep whole cabbage heads in the fridge's crisper drawer, wrapped loosely in a paper towel or breathable bag. Once you cut it, store the pieces in airtight containers and eat them within 3 days. When reheating cooked cabbage, use gentle stovetop heat, never a long, high microwave blast. And if you cook in large batches, freeze portions right away instead of keeping them for days. Here's the bottom line. Freshness is what keeps cabbage healing, not harsh. Store it with care. Reheat it gently and let your body enjoy its full nutrition. Because after 50, your meals should give you life, not take it away. One reheating at a time. 1. Forgetting to pair cabbage with the right foods. Here's the most surprising mistake of all: eating cabbage completely on its own. Yes, cabbage is full of vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. But when you eat it by itself, your body can't unlock many of its best nutrients. It's like owning a safe full of treasure but never finding the key to open it. Cabbage contains valuable fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin K and beta-carotene, which can't be absorbed properly without a little healthy fat. And for adults over 50, this becomes even more important. As we age, our bodies produce less stomach acid and fewer digestive enzymes, which already makes nutrient absorption more difficult. So when cabbage is eaten plain steamed, boiled, or raw without any fat, large portion of its nutrition simply passes through the body unused. The Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health has shown that adding a small amount of fat helps the body absorb more antioxidants from vegetables like cabbage, kale, and broccoli. That means even a drizzle of olive oil, a few slices of avocado, or a handful of seeds can completely change what your body receives from the same plate of food. Let's look at Diane, a 66-year-old grandmother from Oregon. She prided herself on healthy eating steamed cabbage. No dressing, no oil. But over time, she noticed fatigue, brittle nails, and dry skin. Her doctor didn't find any medical problem. Instead, her nutritionist made one simple suggestion: add healthy fats. Diane began tossing her cabbage with olive oil, lemon juice, and a pinch of turmeric. Within weeks, she felt more energetic. Her skin regained its glow, and she said her meals finally felt complete. The solution is simple. Pair cabbage wisely. When you steam or saute it, add olive oil, avocado oil, or a sprinkle of crushed nuts or seeds. If you're making a raw salad, toss in slices of avocado, a spoon of yogurt dressing, or sunflower seeds for crunch and nourishment. And when you want an extra nutrient boost, serve cabbage with protein grilled fish, eggs, or beans to help your body stabilize blood sugar and stay satisfied longer. Adding a touch of spice can help. 2. Turmeric, cumin, and black pepper don't just add flavor. They enhance the body's ability to use antioxidants effectively. Even a squeeze of lemon juice adds vitamin C that helps your body make better use of cabbage's natural iron and folate. Here's the bottom line. Cabbage by itself is good, but cabbage combined is powerful. When you pair it with the right fats, proteins, and spices, it becomes more than a side dish. It becomes a healing, energizing meal that supports your body from the inside out. For adults over 50, it's not about eating more. It's about eating smarter, because when you eat wisely, every bite of cabbage becomes a quiet investment in your long-term vitality. So now you know even something as simple and familiar as cabbage can turn into a quiet health trap if used the wrong way. Let's quickly recap the 5 mistakes to avoid. 5. Eating too much raw cabbage, which can cause bloating and discomfort. 4. Ignoring the goitrogen effect, which can affect thyroid function if you never cook it. 3. Drowning it in salty or sugary dressings that cancel out its benefits. 2. Storing or reheating it improperly, letting its nutrients fade away. And 1. Forgetting to pair it with the right foods, missing the very nutrients your body needs most. But here's the good news. Every one of these mistakes is easy to fix. By lightly cooking your cabbage, storing it fresh, using simple natural seasonings, and pairing it with healthy fats and proteins, you transform it from an ordinary vegetable into a gentle, healing food for your digestion, heart, and energy. Cabbage isn't just a side dish, it's a quiet ally for vitality after 50. Each leaf carries vitamins, antioxidants, and fibers that can help your body feel lighter, cleaner, and more alive. It doesn't require fancy recipes or extreme diets, just a little wisdom and care. So the next time you see a head of cabbage at the market, remember this video, think of the tiny adjustments that make all the difference. And most of all, remember that your body, even after 50, 60, or 70, still responds beautifully to nourishment done right. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe so more people over 50 can learn simple ways to stay healthy, strong, and vibrant. And let me know in the comments, how do you like to enjoy cabbage? Until next time, eat well, stay curious, and keep taking care of your amazing self. And remember, if you ever have health concerns, consult your healthcare provider before making dietary changes.